Welcome back to the Thrive 45 Method podcast with me, your host, nutritionist Stacey Nicole Smith. And this is the space where we talk all things weight loss and wellness for the woman in perimenopause and menopause. Now, let's get started with today's episode. Hey guys, what's up? All right. So, this is for you today if you are over 45 and you are trying low carb and it is backfiring on you with regards to losing weight. This is a really common one that I see women, in perimenopause with the hormonal changes that we're experiencing. You're trying the old tricks to lose weight that we used to do, right? Like lower calories, low to no carb, and intermittent fasting are the biggest ones. And maybe you're doing them, you're losing a little bit of weight and then you're gaining it right back, or maybe they're not working at all. Maybe you are trying the tricks that you used to do to lose weight, it's not working, or maybe you're gaining weight, you didn't change anything, and then these things aren't working. So there's a reason why. So this is very good news today that I am bringing to you today. This is good news. So we need carbs, especially in perimenopause and menopause with these hormonal changes. We need them. And so that's a very good thing. But here's why the low carb, no carb is backfiring on you. It's really important to understand this so you can wrap your head around it and then get comfortable with incorporating carbs into your day. So first things first, we need carbs for thyroid function, for the thyroid conversion. So we need them. When we're going low carb, it's affecting our thyroid, and our thyroid is running the show with regards to our metabolism, right? So we need the proper carbs for proper thyroid function. So there's that. Now, we also, as we're going into these hormonal changes, the decreasing and fluctuating estrogen and progesterone, our bodies are more sensitive to stress. We can't really handle it as much. And that's why the things we used to do when we were younger, we could get away with them. And maybe they work short term and they're just not working anymore because our bodies could handle a lot more stress then. But now with these hormonal fluctuations, we just can't. And so that shows up in the form of when we're doing things like eliminating or drastically reducing carbs, our body views that as a stressor. So it in turn gives a stress response. And the stress response can be in the form of increased cortisol. Increased cortisol is known for putting fat right on the belly, that menopause belly, right? So when you start to understand how these pieces work together, it's not a matter of, calories in, calories out at this age. It's not a matter of dropping carbs lower. A lot of times people drop carbs and they think they work because you get an initial little win. And that win is generally in the form of you lose a little bit of water weight because carbs, in essence, hold water. So when you eliminate carbs, you can drop a little bit of water weight and you're like, oh, wow, I'm so successful. This is working for weight loss, but it's really not. And before I forget, if you guys want more, I put together an entire guide for you on weight loss and fat loss for women over 45, exclusive to women at our age, to learn how to lose weight by working with your hormones, not against them. If you want the free guide, just comment below guide and I will be sure to send that to you. So now I'm going back to, dropping carbs and dropping calories lower and lower. Here's the other thing. Our body really, at the end of the day, wants to protect us. And so when you drop everything lower and lower, our body is going to drop the rate at which it burns everything lower and lower too, to protect us. And this is called metabolic adaptation. So you may have noticed that you're dropping your carbs lower, you're not losing weight. You're like, okay, I just didn't drop them low enough. Let me drop them lower. Let me eliminate them more. And it's still not working. It's because your body's like, girl, we want to survive. So your body is lowering the rate at which it does everything. It's not allowing for proper thyroid function. It's slowing your metabolism down. And it is seeing it as a stress response and it's holding that fat on your belly. So it's working. You're going through this painful situation. It's working against the goal that you wanted to have. Now, the other thing is we are really dealing with these changes, and we want to make sure that it's a signaling issue basically at this age. So instead of looking at putting a Band-Aid on things like, oh, let me cut calories, let me cut carbs. We got to go get to the bottom and say, well, what's not signaling properly? Let's fix the signaling issue. And one of those is key is taking care of gut health. Our gut health runs the show. That is going to help with fat burning. That's going to help with our blood sugar balance. It is helping with hormonal production overall. Like everything starts in the gut. Now, in order to feed the healthy gut bacteria, which helps with fat burning, appetite regulation, blood sugar regulation, inflammation, these are all at the core of weight loss, especially for women in perimenopause and menopause. In order to feed the beneficial gut bacteria, guess what we need? Fiber. Guess what fiber is? Fiber is a carb. So when you are drastically cutting your carbs lower and lower, and I see people doing like the keto and it like still like, come on guys, used to be called Atkins back in my day. Now it's keto. Like how many times do you have to do that before you realize it doesn't work? Before you realize that you're just going to gain the weight right back? A common thing I hear from women all the time is this phrase: I'm just going to do keto again. Again. If it worked, you wouldn't have to do it again. It doesn't work. You're making yourself miserable for nothing. And the other thing is you're going on a diet and off a diet, on and off. Girl, do it right the first time and you lose the weight and you keep it off in a way that makes sense because you're giving your body what it needs to signal properly so that it's giving you energy, it's giving you better digestion, it's utilizing your food properly, it's unlocking fat loss. That's what happens when you get to the root cause and you fix the signaling issue. And one of the things that is absolutely essential with this is carbohydrates. Now, it has to be the right type of carbs. It's two different types of carbs, and the bad carbs gave all carbs a bad name. The simplest way to look at it and to decide if it is a good for you carb or a bad for you carb, and by the way, nothing in life is inherently bad, just some things you could have plenty of and some things you should only have a little of. When you have supported your system properly and everything is signaling and firing properly, then you can have the bad carbs in smaller amounts and it's not going to affect you too much because your body can handle it now. So that makes it long lasting too, because nothing really is off limits. But you don't build your metabolism on those foods. But when you support your metabolism properly, then you can have those foods 10, 15, 20% of the time. It's not going to cause you any issues. You never feel deprived, and that makes it able to become part of your lifestyle and stick to it, and the weight comes off and whatever. So you need the fiber. The fiber is a carb. So when you're looking at good carb or bad carb, does it have fiber? If it has fiber, that's a good thing. So the reason we want the fiber is, number one, fiber slows down that sugar spike into your system. When it doesn't have fiber, it spikes your blood sugar really quickly, which then has an insulin response, and we are more likely to be insulin resistant at this age, which means we are more likely to have fat storage. So we're just looking at signaling. So no fiber, you're promoting fat storage from a blood sugar and insulin response. Fiber, you're slowing down that blood sugar response, and you're feeding your healthy gut bacteria, which help to regulate fat burning and help to regulate your appetite and reduce inflammation and a whole host of things that I could go into. But we'll keep it simple, and I think you get the idea. Anyway, I hope that helps you guys. Questions, leave them below. I hope you can wrap your head around the carbs thing. And also, if you want the free guide, what actually works for weight loss for women over 45, when we are dealing with these hormonal fluctuations of perimenopause and then menopause. If you want the free guide, just comment guide, and I would be very happy to send that to you so that you can eat some carbs and lose some weight and keep it off and be happy while doing it. Anyway, I hope that helps you. Have a great rest of your day. Bye. Thanks for listening. I hope you found this episode helpful. If so, please be sure to like and subscribe to be notified when new episodes are released. Episodes like this are released weekly for all things weight loss and wellness for the woman in perimenopause and menopause. And for other ways I can help you, please be sure to visit the show notes or visit my bio. Thanks for listening. Bye.